my decision is right to keep you away, out of my sight, out of my way, 'cause you don't know me, I don't know you anything. There's no need to fight if my decision is right. Oh, why did we fight if the decision is right? Alright. All this talk for nothing. If you want to, won't you say? And you thought I was just bluffing. So move or get out of my way. If my decision is right to keep you away, out of my sight, out of my way, 'cause you don't know me, I don't know you anything. There's no need to fight if my decision is right. Holding on to anything, you can lose what you haven't got. Holding on, holding on, holding on to you. If my decision is right to keep you away, out of my sight, out of my way, 'cause you don't know me, I don't know you anything. There's no need to fight if my decision is right. decision is right to keep you away, out of my sight, out of my way. 'Cause you don't know me, I don't know you anything. There's no need to fight if my decision is right. Holding on to anything you can lose what you haven't got. Holding on, holding on, holding on to you. If my decision is right to keep you away, out of my sight, out of my way. 'Cause you don't know me, I don't know you anything. There's no need to fight if my decision is right. Oh, why do we fight if the decision is right? Alright. All this talk for nothing. If you want to, won't you say? And you thought I was just bluffing. So move or get out of my way. If my decision is right to keep you away, out of my sight, out of my way. 'Cause you don't know me, I don't know you anything. There's no need to fight if my decision is right.
live stream one of them. Woohoo! We're playing and all of a sudden if the chips count pop up.
Hello, welcome.
Noah plus 300 against
to Live
Tim
at the
and
Reserve, Tuesday night, 2-5, no limit hold'em.
It wasn't very nice of them to do that. While I'm dealing,
I'm
or
Adam
while
Sugg.
I'm doing the live stream on the thing. So.
Be joined shortly
All
by
right,
Vic.
everyone, welcome.
Good luck, everybody. Are you going to commentate while you deal?
No. No.
15 watching so far.
No. Just deal, do it, and be like, well, K9's
We got a nice lineup
he's
tonight.
a terrible player. So let's see what he does with whatever hand he has. Well, we could
Noah K9 Miles all bought in for 1.5K. Tyler D, Tyler H, Allen all in for 1K. Garrett and Rob both in for 800.
I don't feel much anymore. Okay.
I think we're still waiting on one player.
Raise the 20. Seat 9 raises the 20.
This is first time. I got it.
Seat 10 calls. Seat 2 folds. I know it's like literally the first hand, but that's there. Not that one. This one. That one.
C4 fold.
C4 folds. Seat 6 folds. Right. Seat 7 raises to 55.
All right. So wait, yeah, what's another deal?
So very first hand here. Rob raises to 20 under the gun with ace-5 suited.
You're all in.
Allen calls with queen
Seat 9
jack.
calls.
And then
Based on your breathing habits, I thought you
Rob
would
D,
I have a
3 bets out of the big blind there. 9-5 off to 55. Both players call. A little bit of something for everybody here.
Seat 7 bet 75.
Rob flops middle pair and is going to continue with $75. Tyler's got the nut flush draw, and Allen's got top pair with a jack
Seat
kicker.
9 calls 75.
And Vic's here.
Yes. Here
Welcome.
Yeah, the winner. He showed me the winner.
Doing a little bit of getting some information on some of the players here. We got a new player here that just flopped the nut flush, Tyler.
Nut flush draw, and he gets there on the turn. And Rob started with 800. There was 390 in that pot after he bet 75 on the flop, got called by both players. 4 diamonds on the turn, he just rips it all in. Rips in $670, and Tyler's got the stone cold nuts. Rob's drawing dead. So that was a quick start.
Yeah, very quick.
Rob hits 2 pair on the river, but no help.
No. So Tyler, who's down here from Mount Pleasant, and he's new to our live stream. He's played here before, but not on the live stream.
Well,
so
it's a good start. Good
very
start.
good start.
Good start to the live stream. 1 for 1. Hopefully he doesn't pull. What was that, John C? And just get up and just walk away on us.
Yeah.
I mean, you drive here from Mount Pleasant. That's a 3-hour drive, so you can't just get up and just drive back home real quick.
So we're here at the Reserve tonight. We got the Tuesday night 2-5 No Limit Hold'em game going on. Thanks everybody for watching. We're starting to get some people chiming in. Trent Martin, Kurt, Scott, Seth, Ron Spears, Jim Nasser. Thanks so much everybody for watching. We're going to be here with this live stream till about 12:15, 12:30, something like that tonight. So stay with us. We'll probably have a little break here around 9:30ish, and we have another special guest coming in this week. Every Tuesday now we're going to feature local artist of the week. So Miles now wakes up with Ace Queen.
Rob reloaded for 1.4K. Bought him for 800 and lost that on the first hand.
And Allen now with Ace Jack. Allen was at the table here last week for our 2-5. Had a different holiday sweatshirt on last week.
Yeah. He was the Grinch last week, wasn't he?
I think so.
Queen high flop. Great flop for Miles. Miles bets out $50 and Alan lets it go.
So Miles, right there in front of his stack, he's got his World Championship ring there that he won in 2021 as part of the Findlay Aces. He's got a bunch of his teammates watching tonight. Told him he was going to have his Aces gear on and having his ring out there for luck. He's a pitcher.
That's softball.
That's softball, and he won. They won the World. I believe it was in Columbus a year ago, and it's something he's very proud of. He's a pitcher, and he decided after winning that and reaching the age of 50 that he's done. So he not only retired, but retired on top.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's something he's really very proud of. I don't blame him. Right?
For sure.
That's a big accomplishment. Miles is a regular here for us, and he won the Saturday night freeze-out that we had. Very, very good poker player and a great guy, regular here at the Reserve Poker Room in Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah, Miles has been on a nice little run, huh?
Yes, he has. Yeah.
On stream, I mean, of course.
And now he's going to hit a piece of this. But Noah gets the 2 pair. They're going to check that around. I don't expect any checking coming up here.
Yeah, if Miles would have hit some sort of flush draw or something there, maybe he would have came along, but Noah's not going to get any action with his top 2 there.
And Noah probably looking forward to a break coming up. He's a school principal. And it's that time of the year when the kids are going to be done. I think my grandson is done on Thursday for the winter break.
Actually, both my kids are done already.
Are they?
They were done last week, so
okay.
They got the next 2 weeks off in a row.
Allen's in the small blind. There's a $10 straddle on the button. He's going to raise that up with 8-9 of clubs. Noah's going to come along with his pocket 4s. And Miles now with another strong ace. Ace-10 offsuit. Familiar face to everybody here. K9.
Too much money in there for him to fold.
Yeah, we got 6 players coming into this flop here. A little something for almost everybody. Tyler's got one of Noah's 4s.
There he is, Queen 4. Had to come along with the straddle priced in. $2.10 in the pot, and he decides to bet out 75.
Nobody with really heart draw here, so I don't see anybody coming along for this. And sure enough, he bets it and takes that pot down. So another pot for Tyler. And there's our chip count here. We're just getting started here, folks. So I'm glad so many people have chimed in the action. Oh, that's right, Brent. It was a sit and go, not a freeze out. But it was kind of a freeze out because there was no rebuys.
Yeah, I mean.
But that was
you weren't wrong.
No, that was a fun one to commentate. So James Thornton has chimed in and asked about getting in the live stream. It's just a matter of giving us a call here at the Reserve Poker Room. Try to call in the evenings. I know I just heard somebody saying they were trying to call during the day, and the number that you use from our poker room isn't necessarily manned during the day, but it is at night. So James, if you're interested, give us a call even tonight. There's a live stream on Thursday night this week, which is the PLO. Saturday and Sunday we will be closed for the holidays, so we won't have our typical Saturday night live stream. And now we've got heads up going into this flop.
Yeah, K9 raised it up pre, and Garrett called with 9-8 out of the straddle. And he doesn't flop anything. K9's going to flop a little piece here, continue to bet, and Garrett couldn't come along.
But our usual typical live stream schedule is Tuesday nights is this 2-5. The Thursday night is the 5-5-10 PLO, and then Saturday nights we call it the Rumble at the Reserve, is 5-10 No Limit Hold'em. We impromptu had a sit and go this past Saturday because of flu and cold season. We had a number of people that were players that had called off. They just couldn't make it in. It's really going around right now.
Man, tell me about it.
Yeah. Everybody healthy in your house right now?
For the most part. I mean, my family all had it basically 2 weekends ago it started, and then this last week, at the beginning of the week, it was real bad for everybody. It's pretty much gone now. The baby had it a little bit over the weekend, and she's doing a lot better today, so it's definitely around. It's hard to kick it, it seems like. I feel all the way better, but I still have a lingering cough a little bit.
So we've got a little bit of something here for K9 and for Noah.
I said it's a good thing now the kids are out of school, and maybe we won't have all that all those germs being passed around for a couple of weeks here, so we can beat it.
Yeah, it's just like a petri dish. So now Noah's got top pair, and he's also got the flush draw. K9 checks it to him. See what Noah decides to do, see if he can keep K9 in, but bets $85, and K9 folds that.
Yeah, tough for K9 to continue there unless he has some sort of read on Noah.
Yeah, James Thornton, thank you very much for the comments. We appreciate it. We definitely enjoy bringing this live stream to everybody. It's very unique. We're the only one in the Midwest, really, and it's just we started this in September, and it just continues to grow and continues to entertain people, particularly Saturday afternoon when we had our dealers tournament. If you want to see something very entertaining when you're done watching this one, be sure to rewatch our very entertaining.
Entertaining is an understatement.
Dealers tournament. Everybody had a great time, and we had some great interaction with our supporters and our what would we call it? Our fan base.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
Of course, our fan base. And now K9 on the big blind after a button straddle. Now he's picking up queens, and he's going to raise that up.
Yeah, it looks like we had a $15 button straddle. Garrett with a pretty solid hand, ace-5 suited, called out of the small blind. Rob's come to gamble tonight.
Yes, he has.
Garrett getting a pretty good price there to call.
Yes, he is. Garrett's a pretty quiet guy. Sometimes you forget he's there at the table, but he's a very solid player. I've played a lot with Garrett in the past.
Huge flop there for K9.
Big
Flopping
flop.
top set.
Nobody's got any spades, but of course K9 doesn't know that. And with just a small piece of that with the 5, Garrett's going to let that go. And K9's going to take the pot down.
And inside he says, dang it.
Yeah, exactly. Take care of some business here. We got Carpet Spectrum there up on the screen. Very good friends of ours, and they right around the corner. You look right there behind K9 and look at that nice flooring job they did for us a while back. Carpet Spectrum, home of all your flooring and floor care needs. Family owned for 18 years, supplying and installing floor covering, carpet, luxury, vinyl, blanking, hardwoods, ceramics, and laminate. Carpet Spectrum is home to one of the largest remnant rooms in Toledo and surrounding area. Come in and mention you saw the ad on the Reserve Poker Club live stream and receive 20% off your next order. Very generous offer there from owner David Joseph and our good friend head of sales Anthony Lamb.
So Rob was a under the gun $15 straddle. Allen just called with ace queen, didn't raise it up. And then Garrett on the button picks up a couple of jacks. 150 in the pot. See if Allen gets sticky here and wants to see another card.
He's acting like it. And he does. He does have 2 overs.
Garrett's still got to be feeling pretty good about that board.
I would think so. Although I think when Allen checks here, I think Garrett's probably going to hit this pretty hard, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, there's spades out there, so he wants to make sure that he charges him.
All in,
All
he
in, he
says.
says.
Yep. So he wants this. He doesn't want this pot.
Yeah,
to go any
I
further.
mean, when you look at it, there was 300 some in the pot. Allen had 640 in his stack, so you know if he only bets like 300 or something there, he gives Allen still a decent price to call and then lay it down. Whereas now he can just rip it in there and makes him pretty tough to call if he has any sort of draw.
Thomas Bear says, I see toys have been picked up. Any pics or videos how surprised the people that picked them up? No, I haven't heard that. They were supposed to be here on Monday. Hopefully they brought plenty of vehicles. We had that tree, if you hadn't seen it before, just surrounded. The room was just filled with toys and big toys, bikes and sleds, and we raised well over $10,000 for our Toys for Tot program in just a small amount of time, really, a few weeks, and we're just so very proud to be a part of that. That's the local Toys for Tots. I have not been privy to any stories because I haven't been in a couple days, but I will see if I can find out if we got some pictures.
I forgot there was even a tree there. It was covered up by all
Yeah,
the...
right, exactly. Thomas Bear, I know the final, the total was somewhere over $10,000. I don't know the exact number. I can get that, though, for you. See if we can get some info on when they picked those up and how surprised those people must have been.
Oh, that ring is shiny.
Yeah, it's he let me hold it, and it's heavy. It's for that ring.
Oh.
Yeah, those of you just watching, Miles is playing tonight. He won Saturday night, our live stream, and then tonight he's decided to bring in his World Championship softball ring. Now look at this. Got some interesting board for a couple of these players.
So K9 has the best of it here, but he doesn't. No one has a pair. K9's got an open ender, and if he hits the 8, he'll have the nuts. Miles has a gut shot to a 7. Tyler has a gut shot to a 3, but if that hits, then K9's gonna have a bigger straight than him. So he's in pretty bad shape right here. He's got the best hand right now with Jack High, but no way that he could possibly know that.
No, and K9's going to put out a decent bet there, $200. Basically double the pot, or make the pot twice as big as it was when they started.
He's put Miles in an interesting spot here. And Miles decides to let it go.
Would have been some fireworks if the 8 comes. Or the, I'm sorry, the 7.
Yeah, for sure. I thought maybe Miles would have peeled one more card there.
Now, K9's come out to play tonight. I mean, he's definitely a strong player, can be very aggressive. I would say the last couple times I've seen him play, I haven't seen this kind of aggression. But he's and it's paying off for him so far.
Yeah, sometimes maybe he just wants to come out and set the tone. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely comfortable on the live stream too. You know, if there's some new players here, it's easy to try to take advantage a little bit. You know, it's tough the very first time you play under the lights and
Yep.
and even like you said, it can get a little slow sometime. When we were playing our tournament on Saturday, it does get a little slow
Yeah.
at times as well. So if you're used to playing a faster game, or maybe if you're one of these guys who plays a lot on the internet, it can definitely be pretty slow for you.
Well, and you don't have your creature comfort of your phone. You
Yep.
know, we
Yep.
require that all the players put their phones up on the shelf. This live stream is a 15-minute delay, so that it can be fair to everybody, and that to increase that fairness, make sure. And so I am the kind of player that likes to listen to music.
For sure.
That
Me
drowns
too.
out some of the other stuff going on, and suddenly you just feel kind of out there and raw with nothing going on. Plus, you know, they don't really have anything. Occasionally we've got the game, whatever featured football game is going on in the
Right,
background,
right.
but that sound is off. So it can get pretty quiet pretty quick.
Yeah. Unless you got the dance class next door bumping.
Yeah.
It's pretty quiet back there.
Yeah, and if you, just for those of you that don't understand, right now we've got the volume turned down a little bit. The dance class, there's a dance studio just right next door to us, and they're they're practicing their steps and their routines, and they've got the music turned up pretty loud, and it can be kind of a distraction. We were just talking about how it's a distraction not to hear anything. Well, that's even a bigger distraction.
Some days they go harder than others.
Brevin's watching. Wheelchair Dan is watching.
We got the Jack Link's beef jerky mystery.
Yeah.
I don't want to get like sued or something. Maybe we can't say that.
No. We've got the
We got Jenny's.
we've got
Link's,
Marge's Rice Krispies.
Marge's Rice Krispies mystery hand. You.
That'll be fixed right after this hand. There's going to be a different deck coming out. And those of you that are new to the live stream, you see the rectangle there in front of each player. They get the cards dealt, and it's important that the cards get in there. Each card has a chip in it, and that's what's read. That's why the computer knows what cards are being put out to what players. And oftentimes, when you get down to say an all-in, and there's so many outs, oftentimes the computer then also knows what cards of those outs have been discarded as well. So that's the magic for us here at our live stream, and you've got to have you know, good technology, good and also a good deck. And so we'll get a deck change here shortly after this, right after this hand is completed.
Top pair of queens.
Yeah. Another hand.
Is that Tyler again?
For Tyler.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's on a roll.
Yep. Seat 9. So yeah, just stay with us. Thomas Curtis says Miles is a beast. Can anybody take him down? Well, we'll see. We're going to be here at this live stream cash game 2-5 here at the Reserve. 2-5 no limit hold'em cash game for quite a while here till 12:15, 12:30. Not sure if I spoke too soon on that deck. We'll see if it starts getting red here. Tim is at the helm here. We could always just blame Tim.
I think that was
Right?
the problem.
Rhino's watching. So I'm guessing from the pullback here on the camera that that's still an issue being worked out. Stay with us, folks. You can actually try to figure out which players. And the K9 put a big bet out there. And
Rob's going to call out of the button straddle.
Rob's going to defend his button straddle.
So both these guys could have a wide variety of hands here. We've seen K9 raising with 5-6 suited, 9-7 suited tonight. Rob's been calling with any 2 cards. We're not going to see those. But feel free to make up your own hands inside of your head, whatever you think those 2 players might have had there.
Rob had a pretty good live stream session last week, so he might be feeling his oats a little bit, seeing if he can keep that momentum going.
Well, and like I said, that was what I was saying. Same for Miles. You know, he won the sit and go on Saturday, but also on Tuesday had a great session on the cash game there as well.
So there's a new deck coming out. Thomas Barry, you bring up a good point. We do have a big event coming up on New Year's Day, and that's our Black Chip Bounty Tournament, and that is coming up on New Year's Day. Now that. Take note of that start time, 12:15. A lot of times on a weekend we'll start at 1:15. But there's the New Year's Day $25,000 guarantee black chip bounty, January 1st. And you can get into that through a satellite.
Yeah, December 30th. Come on out, 6:15 start time. Only a $60 buy-in with $30 rebuys. 1 seat for every 300 in the prize pool. 25,000 starting chips in that satellite with 20-minute levels. So, can get into that black chip bounty tournament pretty cheap there. I love a good bounty tournament.
People just love them. I'm not much of a bounty chip tournament player, I think, because I'm not saying I'm a great player, but my style of play is to, when I get a decent hand on the flop or the turn, I bet it really strong. I don't necessarily find myself down to the river very often. And I think if I were going to analyze why I don't do well in bounty chip tournaments, that's probably why. But so now we've got a good deck coming in, and here we can see we've got 3 players to this flop. 5-9-7 with 2 diamonds.
Huge flop for Rob.
Yeah, look at that. Top pair, diamond draw.
Tyler's going to bet out there with bottom pair. 35, Rob raised to 75, I believe. So a small, almost min raise there.
Yeah. Now that's probably a card that helps Rob, although he really doesn't need much help with this hand. He's going to put out a bet of 200. And there we go. Rob takes a pot down after getting a tough start here in the beginning.
Flinging chips at Tim.
Flinging
Throw
chips.
him at him.
Yeah.
Hit him in the eye.
So those of you watching and not aware of our chip colors here, the whites are $1, the reds are $5, the greens are $25, blacks are $100. We have dealer appreciation chips there. Those are the blue ones. Gives the players an opportunity to tip their dealer. And we're going to have Tim step out and get a new dealer in here, Josh Black. And he's sitting down with a tested deck. We know this one works, and we're going to do a bomb pot. So every player that wants to participate in the bomb pot is going to put in $10 apiece. They're each going to get 4 cards.
Yeah.
Tyler, like an old veteran, just sits out the bomb pot.
Yeah.
Won a couple pots early, and he says, you know what? Not going to give it all away.
I said $10 apiece.
On
Looks
some
like it's 15
double
apiece.
Omaha bomb pot boards.
Now this is where I need your eyes here.
All right, let's see what we got here.
A lot for an old man to read. So just 1 burn and 2
Ace,
flops.
deuce, 6, rainbow, 10, 6, 7 with 2 hearts. Miles flops the nut flush draw on 1 board and also has an ace on the other. So he goes ahead and bets out $35.
Take 4 random cards that don't do anything.
Garrett has the second nut flush draw with a pair of sevens.
About 5 folds.
K9 did not hit his pocket fives.
7 folds.
You stuck in surgery or what? Huh? You get stuck in surgery?
10 folds.
And
2 folds.
must be 8 o'clock
Heads
because
up.
the dance class is shut down.
What's going on?
Now we can hear some of the banter.
So now we have heart draws on both boards, and we have the second nut flush draw against the nut flush draw. Garrett makes a pair of queens on the bottom board.
Miles has a double belly,
Anybody's big enough to buy
double gut shot here.
Extra 800.
And actually, Garrett has to be feeling pretty decent about that turn card. He picks up another flush draw.
Over 2 grand, I don't think, Ricky. It's not by too much.
Neither flush draw gets there.
Okay. Barely got that anyhow.
Garrett hits 3 sevens.
You alone, John?
They're going to chop it up. Garrett's going to win with 3 sevens on the top board. Miles has aces and deuces on the bottom board. All the flush draws missed. Chop it up.
They really just kind of chop it up the $15 from 4 other
Yep.
players there,
Sure are.
because they both bet the flop and nobody else came along.
Yeah, pretty uneventful one there.
Brevin wants to know if 1-2 is running in the main room, and it was when we came in here about 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, it
Brevin?
was pretty. I mean, it didn't look like it was in danger of breaking, so I'd assume that it's still going out there.
Straddles are 10 max.
In fact, I think there was actually a person waiting to get on the table, so I would almost guarantee that it's still running.
Kyle's asking for Tim to come into the booth. Tim is dealing tonight.
He just called.
So it's me, Vic Gager, and my partner tonight is Adam Sugg.
Are we doing a mandatory?
Take note, though, Tim. They really want you back here.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, we've got a good crowd so far. We've got 37 people on our
Oh, nice.
YouTube
Moving on
channel.
up.
20 people in Facebook. Really want to encourage our
4 calls.
YouTube
Thank you. It's about 5
watchers to subscribe. We are now over 607 subscribers. We greatly appreciate all of your participation in our live streams. More importantly, if you can subscribe, it's very helpful to us.
New player in the game, John.
Yeah, there's John.
9 folds.
Very familiar face to our
10 folds.
live stream cash games.
3 calls, 4 calls.
So Garrett limped in with 5-3 offsuit under the gun. Tyler raised it up to $15 with a 9-8 off. Miles calls out of the big line with 10-3. And
And swing and a
Garrett
miss.
comes along with 5-3. Yep, nobody's got anything.
Spot 6 bets 25.
Tyler's probably going to take it down here. Yep. I think that was his first pot of the night.
I'll let you have this one.
I thought you were asleep anyway.
All right, so the notes that I had earlier, I apologize to anybody that's watching Tyler D. That was the Tyler from Mount Pleasant. The other Tyler, actually, I thought I knew where he was from, but I don't have the information on him. But it was Tyler there in seat 6.
You were
5.
going to be losing
6.
a bunch, but then
Anyway,
we factored
he's
in Gary
down
to
here
be
from
here,
Mount
so-
Pleasant. Played here once before a while back, but not in the live stream.
3 folds.
Those of you that are interested in playing in the live stream, just give us a call here at the reserve and let us
5
know.
folds.
There's a real hand.
There's a
6
real
raises
hand.
to
Yeah.
40.
I think we had a $15 button straddle. Tyler raises it up to 40 here.
And the other
And
Tyler,
Other Tyler.
Tyler H.
10 folds.
Now, definitely a playable, maybe even a raise type hand for Noah.
140.
And
Yep.
Yep.
Spot 2 raises to 140.
Tyler has 868 in his stack, and he decides to just slow play it here. And that's going to definitely price Tyler H in here.
Spot 9 players.
So 427 in the pot. Whoa.
Yeah.
Big flop here. Top set for Tyler. He checks it. Tyler H gets a flush draw.
9 checks.
Noah's got middle pair with a backdoor flush draw. He took the lead in this hand. I would expect him to bet this for sure.
Spot 2 bets 220.
Bets about half pot.
Now let's see if Tyler continues to slow play this. Do a raise or just go ahead and go all in?
I think at this point he's probably going to be happy just
Spot
getting
6
it
was
all in.
all in.
Yep, there it is. The all in from Tyler D.
Because if he just calls, you know, even though you have top set, it's a pretty wet board where you really don't want to be going against two players. He still might be, but I would expect Noah to fold if Tyler ends up calling here. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what Tyler H is going to do now.
5, 7.
Tyler won a big hand right in the beginning. Tyler H did
7,
against Rob.
Oh, but man, what's up, man?
Tyler H needs 765 to call. He's going to lay it down.
Spot 9 folds.
Now, there's 1.4K in the pot, and it's cost Noah $545 to call. What he's going to think about now is Gary B in the house.
Gary B in the house.
What he's thinking about now is my opponent doing this with hearts? You know, is there enough combinations of like ace, queen, ace, jack of hearts, queen, jack of hearts, jack, 9 of hearts, like all these hands, like, is he just going to put it in there with all those hands where maybe a pair of 10s can be good? Unfortunately, we see the cards, and we see that Noah's sitting at a solid 3%.
Yeah.
For Gary.
But tough to think your opponent, as played pre-flop, you know, he just flats. Noah raises on the button out of the straddle, puts in the 3-bet, and your opponent just flats you there. You don't really expect him to have pocket kings here, top set.
Nice.
Spot 2 folds.
Good fold. He says ace king is good.
500.
He was on the right track there.
He was on the right track, and it kind of makes sense given the way Tyler had played it to assume that. But also right to assume that he's behind and it's best just to fold, right?
Oh, definitely.
And as Adam had mentioned, we've got Gary coming in, sitting down. He's on our list, just running a little bit behind. But in seat 1, always a lot of action, and I have to thank Gary very much for his participation. Even though he was in Las Vegas at the time at our dealer tournament, he was chiming in and raising the stakes.
Putting in the money, we love it.
Putting in the money, and even
Much appreciated.
after the
Even though I didn't get any of it, you know.
well, there was that thing about taking your shirt off, and
yeah,
we missed out on that.
I know. I probably would have passed on that anyway.
Yeah, me too.
I said 500 might have been my minimum price for that one.
9 folds.
1,000, I'd be in there no matter what.
1 call. 2 calls. Option 3. Check.
And this game is gonna get a little bit crazier.
Yes,
now
it
that we
is.
got Gary B here. Also, John can't
Yeah, John gets sticky, doesn't he?
can't underestimate John W coming in this game as well.
4 checks.
Not really much of anything here on this flop. Noah and Miles both have a gutter if they hit it.
Spot 2 bets 20.
Looking for a 5. Actually, Noah has a double gut shot. So that is a pretty good flop there for him.
4 folds. And 1 fold for heads up.
That doesn't help either one of them. If anything, it might slow them down.
Miles wanted to see one card and no more.
So I hope Miles was hoping a number of his teammates were going to be watching tonight. He's wearing his Aces. His Aces uniform, and he's got the ring there in front of him that he won as part of the World Championship softball team here in Ohio, the Findlay Aces. And he's a pitcher. He won the ring, and then at the age of 50 decided to retire. Went out on top. Something he's very, very proud of, and I hope many of his friends are watching tonight.
Straddle in spot 7. Spot 8 folds. 9 folds. 10 folds. 1 calls. 2 calls.
$15 straddle under the gun here.
4 calls. Spot 5 raises to 130.
And K9 with, is that a couple of J's?
Yes, I believe it is.
Spot 5 folds.
Couple of joints.
Spot 6 and 7 folds. Over to spot 1.
I'm pretty sure someone else folded pocket 3s when those cards flash through there, so if for some reason Miles does come along,
2 folds.
I don't think he has any outs.
3 folds. And 4 folds.
K9 raised it up big there.
That
Picked
shows
up-
the jacks.
Picked up a lot of dead money.
Yep.
$80 in free money.
And now he has the button.
And I like it. Show the jacks.
Yeah.
You know, he's been playing a lot of hands, so now let's show him a good one for the next time when I raise up my 5-7 suited and my 6-6 suited, 6-7 suited type hands.
With 5 high.
Yeah, 4 or 5 of diamonds. I was like, oh, we're gonna. Sounds like Miles might be sneaking in.
Alright, we're gonna start in spot 9. 50.
I'm gonna play 5 high. I need
It
to
actually
finish
makes it
beat
tough
back.
because you can't go back when it's live to see what happened earlier on, unless you have somebody watching for you to kind of tell you what's happening.
Yeah.
Spot 1 raises to 30. 2 calls. 3 folds. Spot 4 raises to 90. 5 folds. 6 folds. 7 and 8 folds. 90 total. Spot 1 calls. 2 calls.
3 ways to the flop here. Gary B raised it to 30. Noah called right behind him. Garrett right behind him. Picks up ace queen off. 3 bets to 90. And gets 2 calls from both those guys. And a huge flop for Gary.
Yeah, look at that.
Spot 1 check. 2
Gary
check.
decides to slow play it.
Spot 4 bets 100.
Really small bet here from Garrett.
1 calls. 2 folds. Or heads up.
I like the just call here.
Yes. This could be trouble for Garrett. Well, maybe not so much anymore.
Spot 1
Gary's going
checks.
to obviously check his full house.
1
Check
checks.
from Garrett.
King of diamonds. Let's see what Gary does here if he decides to try to go one more time with a check. Spreads the pot out himself a little bit. We don't recommend that.
No, we don't. You kids watching at home, don't do that.
Get your hand smacked like a nun with a ruler. Just
Yep.
whack, whack.
Spot 1
I
bets
know that oh too well.
450.
So kind of an overbet here from Garrett, from Gary. Kind of hope. Oh, and he gets the call.
Wow.
Wow.
And Gary gets paid off on his image there. I think Garrett probably watched him play on a couple of streams, you know?
Yep.
Welcome to the game, Gary.
He says,
It's
welcome to the
paid
Gary.
off there with ace
Welcome to the
high.
game.
And Gary actually put on a little, you know, hey, how
Yeah.
much? Let me count how much is in the pot here. Let me
Yep.
make it look like I need to bet like a lot to get you to fold, and it worked. He got paid off there.
Yeah, the Oscar goes to Gary B., who's now our chip leader.
We told you when Gary sat down, the game's going to change up a little bit.
Yeah,
1,004.
that was quite a hit there for Garrett, who'd been playing pretty solid up until that point, I think.
Spot 10 is going to add on 500.
Garrett's going to add 500 to his stack. Angry Joe is watching. Hope you're well, Joe.
Spot 4 needs 1,000, and spot 10 is adding on 500. So 10 adds 5, and we have a straddle of 15 in spot 9.
We've got some more folks adding on to their stack. Seat 10, I believe he said.
500. Changing 500.
Get some
Here we go.
chips exchanged here for cash. Get everything updated on the system. Josh Black doing a good job here, as always.
All right, we're going to start in spot 10. 15 to go.
Although I don't know what that P is, do you?
I believe the Puma was on the back.
Okay.
Spot 1 raises to 55.
First I was going to say Pittsburgh, but then I don't know. I was going to...
Spot 2 calls.
P could stand for anything.
Spot 3
Yep.
folds. 4 folds. 5 calls.
Gary B will probably raise every hand until he loses one now.
6 calls. 7 folds. 8 calls.
Here we go.
Wow.
9 calls.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways to the flop. Ace 8, pocket 8s, king, queen, jack, ace 5 suited, pocket 3s.
Queen Jack of clubs. And the clubs come out.
Yeah,
8 checks.
pretty good flop for queen jack of clubs.
9 checks.
See if Gary decides to continue. Nope, too many players in the pot, he says.
Did you act no? 2 checks. 5 checks. Robert is 6.
I think in a fewer hands, and there were fewer hands in this, I think K9 would probably fire at this. And now
Think?
he is going to hit the flush.
8 checks.
And that gives him the check mark. Tyler's got to feel pretty decent about his hand now,
Yeah, his pocket 8s.
especially when it checks around. You don't really
135.
expect. I mean, it's definitely not saying that someone's going to for sure bet the flush draw there on the flop, but you feel a little bit better about it when it checks through. K9 just going to put in a min raise here.
Or raises, excuse me, raises to 335. 200 on
Pretty
top.
close.
200
Pretty
on top.
close to it.
Pocket 8s gives him the gut shot here. And he does have the 8 of clubs. Reaching
Tyler's
for
wondering if,
Spot 9 makes a call.
calling
you know,
chips.
would K9 do this with like ace 8 of clubs, or I mean ace 8 with the 8, ace of clubs. Make that less likely since Tyler has pocket 8s in his hand. Ace 6 with ace of clubs, some sort of hand like that. 10 jack with the 10 of clubs, jack of clubs, one of those kind of hands. Huh, interesting strategy here from Tyler.
Yeah. Look at
Spot 9
that.
bets 300.
$300 into that
Spot 5
pot.
calls.
And he's just going to call. He shows the flush. Tyler pushes his cards into the muck. K9 hits another pot here tonight. And now becomes our chip leader, followed by Gary. Then John, then Tyler. Tyler D.
All right, we have a $15 straddle on spot 10.
Tyler H. had a pretty good start to this evening.
You can restrat.
Now that was a pretty good hit against his stack on the last hand.
Yeah, I mean, that actually is, you know, he bets 300 there on the river and gets snap called and loses it. But the thing is, if he checks there, if his plan is that he thinks he has the best hand, if he checks there and K9 bets 500, he's still going to call 500. So he kind of set his own price there at the end, actually. Maybe saved himself a little bit of money because I'm sure K9 is going to put in a pretty healthy bet there on the river if he checks to him.
And Miles, who has a fan club here tonight watching, wakes up with pocket jacks. He's going to raise it up. 130. He just asked him if that he goes all in. Does the ring go in too? Highly unlikely, K9.
If I get a chance to win the ring,
That ring is not going getting out of Miles' sight.
if I can get a chance to get that ring, I'll make a ring.
Spot 10 folds. 100 on top here.
Gary does
Gary
not
was
like folding.
Was it double straddle maybe? Was Gary a double straddle
I
there?
believe it was. Yep.
No, he does not.
No. It's a 4-letter word to Gary. Fold.
One checks.
Miles doesn't like the king, but he is still very much ahead.
Spot 3, that's 85.
He knows that Gary can have any two cards here, so
Spot 1 makes the call.
he's actually not super concerned about that flop. There's a lot of straight draws that can come in on the turn.
Anybody want a water?
That's not one of them.
No.
No, thank you.
Spot 1 checks. Spot
Ooh.
3 checks.
Oh, boy. He's not going to like it when he rewatches this. Not going to like it right now, but he's not going to like it when he
Yeah,
rewatches
because he's
it.
probably going to pay him off here.
Spot
I
1
don't know.
bets
It's tough to say.
325.
He's thinking, what would Gary really play? Maybe Queen 10. It's, you know, it's tough for Gary to have any sort of. Miles has pocket jacks, so it's tough for Gary to have some sort of like Queen Jack, Jack 10 type hand here. Queen 10 maybe. I have a feeling that Miles isn't worried about a king so much.
And he does pay him off.
3 makes the call.
I was trying to check raise you, but you wouldn't bet.
Queen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tough one for Miles there. Especially when he sees the cards.
The Gary kind of cards. And we're up over 60 viewers tonight, so thank you very much, everybody, for watching our Tuesday night 2-5 No Limit Hold'em cash game. We do have a full table here, and we've got some very familiar faces. Gary in seat 1, Noah in seat 2, Miles in seat 3, Garrett in seat 4, then K9, seat 5.
Gary got here and everybody's adding on. You love to see it.
Yeah, you do. Making sure we get some chips here added to the stacks. We got started here just a little bit late. Typically we start around 7:15 or 7 o'clock when the actual game starts. We're a 15-minute delay here. So we got started a little bit late. I think we'll have a break sometime around 9:30, and then we'll be going past midnight here on this cash game. So stay with us. Stay with us during the break. We're going to have something. We've got a new special feature where we're doing local artist of the week.
1 calls, 2 folds.
Tonight I'll be interviewing Jeff Stewart, who's a local musician, has been around in the Toledo area
5 folds,
music scene for well over 20 years, maybe 30 years.
6 calls,
Collaborates with a
He
number of
checks the option.
musicians.
6 players. Ten checks, 1 check, 3 checks.
So it's full table comfortably with 10 players. We got 2
checks,
Tylers in there.
Checks all the way around. 10 checks, 1 check.
Miles is ahead. He got the jacks
Miles
again.
with jacks again.
My goodness. Feeling a little bit of the sting from that last.
Yeah.
Spot 6 bets 50. 8 folds.
I
And
think
he
he'll
is ahead.
Stay
but
around here. I wouldn't expect him to just let go of this quickly.
Gary B, I'm not sure he knows it's on. The action's on him.
He forgot he had cards for sure.
What time is it, dude?
Oh, nope. Miles does say, you know what, I'm not going to get involved again. Not losing any more money with those guys.
So short of the jacks, the king high was the nuts there. And Tyler from Mount Pleasant going to take that hand down.
He's got 100 watches minimum.
Yeah, usually we're 9-handed here at this game anyway. We're 10-handed tonight because too many Tylers at the table.
Get a movement, no matter. I got those too, but the thing is,
Somebody told the one Tyler they had a seat. Somebody told the other Tyler they had the seat. So we made another seat.
Tyler D's got a fan club out there. Matthew Moffitt says, let's go Tyler D.
All right.
Thomas Curtis says, Team Miles, let's go.
Calls it.
Casey Mallow also rooting for Miles, as is
4 calls.
Grandpa Apex.
5 raises to 50.
Thank everybody for
6 folds.
watching tonight. We greatly appreciate it.
7
We've
calls.
seen some
9
really good action, and I think we're going to continue to see such.
10 folds.
Rob decided to hop back in there. Said, I've seen people play way too many hands without me.
1 folds. 2 calls 50.
What we got there for Noah? Ace-9? Ace-8?
Ace-9 of diamonds.
No, that's Ace-9 for Garrett.
Oh,
Noah
Garrett.
up top is Ace...
Ace-9.
Ace-9, okay.
Offsuit.
Got 5 players, and spot number 2 is going to check in the dark.
So we had a couple of limps.
Spot 3 checks as well.
K9 raised it up to 50. 4 people called. 5 ways to the flop.
No checking in the dark announced.
Big old flop there.
Yeah.
Top
Miles.
pair for K9. Miles with a double gut shot and a flush draw.
125.
Rob flops middle pair with an open ender. Noah has an open ender. Everybody hit something.
Spot 2 calls.
Interesting to see what Miles will do here. If he's going to try to pump it up now, and he is.
3
Nope.
calls.
I'm sorry, he does this call.
Spot 4 calls.
Garrett with an open ender.
Garrett all in with like no hand.
And now this pot has really
882 going to the turn.
gotten interesting.
Boom, Miles hits his flush.
Yeah.
2 checks. 3 checks. 4 checks.
And he
And he
checks it.
checks it.
7 checks.
He's not going to be happy about that if another one comes. Oh.
Oh, boy. Noah with the 9 of clubs.
2 checks.
He's cursing himself in his head right now.
Yes, he is.
And Garrett just going to take a stab at it.
Spot 4 bets
And,
325.
I mean, 9 of clubs doesn't feel super strong. It'd be interesting to see what Noah does here.
Spot 7 folds. Spot 2
And he
folds.
lets it go.
Lets it go.
And 3 folds.
Show him the bluff.
And he
Show the
shows the
bluff.
Oh,
It's good
boy.
for the game.
Club
Yep.
ace 10.
Wow. Very well played, Garrett.
Oh, Miles is kicking himself for not betting that turn there. Everybody just probably snap folds, honestly. And he picks up an $880 pot.
John Bishop says he's on Team Gary. Sharon Reinhardt. Go get him, Miles. It's either Miles' wife or daughter. And Mike Fox says, let's go Miles, rooting all the way from Florida. It's the beauty of the live stream. We get viewers from all over, and we love it.
Yeah, I think Miles is just praying that somebody bets there, and then he's probably just going to jam it all in. Is his plan.
Yeah.
But just unfortunate for him when it checks all the way around, and another club peels off on the river.
8 calls.
K9's going to raise with
9 calls.
Queen Jack of Spades. John W. also Queen Jack.
Yeah, a lot of quality hands for K9 so far in this stream.
Yeah.
3 calls. We're good to go.
Gary B doesn't want to be left out.
5 players.
Coming in with his ace-7 offsuit.
5 ways.
Rainbow.
Yeah, a couple of open-enders.
3 checks. 5 checks.
Pair of 10s for Tyler is in the lead right now.
75.
John decides to bet out his open-ender.
9 calls. 1 call.
Gary says bottom pair is good enough.
Yep.
5 calls.
And 4 ways to the turn.
4 players now.
And now Tyler
Checks.
picks up an open-ender of his own. John's going to take or continue with the lead here. Bets the turn as well. 255. 255 and what was that, 450?
Yep.
So he's betting a little bit over half pot. Tyler's hand only improved a little bit here. He's getting a decent price as well.
Spot 9 calls. Spot 1 folds.
K9 getting a good price now as well.
And spot 5 calls.
4 to 1 on a call, basically.
Now we're up over $1,000 in this hand, in this pot.
1.2K going to the river. King of Spades.
5 checks.
And Tyler actually loves to see that card. If he thought his hand was good before, he loves to see that card on the river. $1.2K in the pot. A lot of showdown value here now with his hand. No reason to really bet. He's going to win it. Nice hand. Nice pot there for Tyler.
Very nice pot.
9 kicker.
Tyler, who got off to a stellar start here in the beginning, now is going to really improve his position with this pot.
Spot moves to spot 1. Take it.
John Bishop says, I've known Gary since I was 12. I'm 40 now. Okay. We've known Gary for a couple months, a few months. And we really like what we've gotten to know about Gary.
Hopefully he had a profitable Vegas trip.
$10
Yeah, I hope so. I'm hoping he'll share some of that information with us later when we get to visit with him.
Gary is the button straddle.
We'll start in spot 2. Fold. 3 calls.
$10 on the button.
Spot 4 raises to 50.
Gary raising it up. 5-3 of hearts under the gun. And another big hand for
Spot
K9.
5 re-raises to 200.
K9 is picking up cards tonight.
Yes, he is. Look at that. That's
Spot 6 folds. Spot 7 and 8 folds.
and he does the right thing here with the 3-bet.
Folds.
Going to get a lot of people
Spot 10 folds.
out of there. See what Gary's got.
Good enough, he says. 10-5 off. No. Not
Ah!
this time. Not this time.
He faked us out.
Oh, Garrett said I was just kidding.
Yeah.
Aw. Thought he was going to call one time there.
Charlie McKinnon, it's your turn.
That's all the time. I
Took
want
a
to
break
rank
from
them.
Omaha for a little while.
Get some blue chips down there.
So I think they have the UT game in the background there. Liberty versus Toledo at the Boca Raton Bowl. Score is now 7-3. Toledo is behind. They do have the ball. 5:37 to go in the first half.
$15 straddle on spot 5.
Go UT. Go Rockets. Let's hear from our Rocket fans out there today. Would have been nice to go down to Boca Raton.
Oh, yeah. I hear Liberty and all I think is Liberty, Liberty, Liberty.
7 calls, 8 folds.
Yeah, especially this weekend. Anywhere down south in Florida there, or, you know, somewhere where it's not negative anything.
Well, and if you're going to go,
Spot 1 raises
you're going to want to get out of town before Friday, I think. That's the sounds of it. We've got a storm predicted for us. Hard to tell if we'll be in the donut hole again and miss it, or if we'll get what they say is coming our way. Our good friend.
Is this the exact same hand for K9?
I think it is.
Spot 10 calls, 85.
Wow.
We got 3-way action.
All right.
3 players going into this flop.
Gotta keep you awake for him, like 5 times.
And K9 decides not to 3-bet at this time,
Gotta make the trip down here.
and does not really work out for him.
No.
Spot 5 check.
Huge flop there for Allen, actually.
Spot 10 check.
Middle pair and an open-ender. Gary with a lot of air.
Spot
But
1
keeping
bet,
the pressure on.
325. Spot 5 folds.
Allen now needs 325 to call here. He's open-ended with a second pair.
Yeah,
Wow.
it puts him, I mean, thing is,
Wow.
if you're playing that hand, that's pretty much the flop you want to see. And Gary's the player you want to be up against. I mean, there's not many people at the table who could be, like, betting $300 there on the flop and have complete air. But Gary's the one guy, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying that no one else is capable at the table, but if he knows anything about how Gary plays,
Got a $15
he
spot
should have been
3.
putting his money in there. I think what he's thinking is it's 325. He's got $1,000 in his stack. If he just calls, it's a pretty tough position he's in, you know, especially with a lot of cards that are going to come on the turn he's not going to like so much. So,
4 folds, 5 folds.
And that's the
6
interesting
folds.
thing of having Gary at the table is just
Spot 7 raises.
really
6
keeps
quarters.
people on their heels.
relentless aggression is tough, you know, especially at these big stakes. When the stakes are big and we're playing for thousands of dollars, it can be tough out there.
Call 40. Spot 3 folds. We got 3-way action.
So Rob with a less than characteristic hand for him. 10-3 of hearts. Let's see if that pays off.
Top pair for Allen.
Spot 7 checks.
Allen with yet a very celebratory sweatshirt on tonight. Gotta love it.
Spot 10, that's 75. Spot 1 folds. Spot 7 makes a
Rob's
call.
going to float along the river. He picks up a gut shot. Not really what he wants to see.
And he's gonna have to
try
bet here to
tell
slow
some
him
sort
down.
of story.
Yeah, he's gonna tell a story and try to slow him down at the same time.
Spot 10 calls.
But if you raise pre-flop, why do you really go for a check call there on the flop and then bet the turn? Like, the story doesn't check out a whole lot. Now that's a card that he might be able to just.
Yeah, but that might
He
not
only
be
bet
enough.
300.
Yeah.
If he would have just ripped all in there,
That makes
Yeah.
a call.
he might have had a chance to make that work. 300 gave Allen a great price.
And that turned into a pretty nice pot there.
Yeah, big
for
hand
Allen.
for Allen. That's his first big win of the night for sure.
We're going to have a dealer change here. Eddie's coming in. Josh Black will head out back to the main room. We've got a tournament going on tonight. Tuesday is our 50 for 50. Started at 7:15, and I believe there's probably still time to get into that tournament if you're interested.
But like he folded pre-flop and no one noticed.
I think that was a case of Rob just getting a little bored there and just wanted to play a hand. And
Seemed like it did.
we all do it sometimes. I
Yep.
mean, it's tough when you see everybody else getting in all these pots, getting involved. Sometimes you want to press the action a little bit, but
Jim might get mad.
got to know your players and you got to know when to do it.
There's a price there.
7 colors.
All right, switching up to our next sponsor here, 419 Appliances. 419 Appliances, owner Donzel Moore. You know him as Zell. You've seen him sleeping here on our live stream. 3270 Rulo, Toledo, Ohio, 43613. Right over there off Secor and Alexis by the old Trophy School, across the street from Dollar General. 419 Appliances sells used appliances at a heavy discounted price. Stop by or call 419-917-2483. Ask for Zell. Mention this ad, receive 25% off.
So one heck of a
6 checks, 7 checks, 8 checks.
board here for this group of players. My goodness.
3 checks.
Everybody's got something except
Yes,
Tyler
of
D, I'm
course.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, Gary B doesn't really have anything, but he doesn't need anything to bet.
6 checks. 7 bets, 125.
Rob has the best hand with queens.
1 fold.
This bet's probably going to go through unless Miles wants to get sticky
3
here.
folds. 4 folds. 6 folds.
And a much needed pot there for Rob.
Yep.
Takes that down with his queens. Yeah, Zell, I think if you want to get another discount with Zell, you take in a bag of peanut M&Ms.
That's it?
That's his favorite. That's his thing. So he's got a bag of peanut M&Ms at his
Extra
side.
5% for peanut M&Ms. Huh?
Yeah, depending upon the size of the bag.
If I bring the Costco size bag, it's like an extra 20%.
Could be. Could be.
Huh.
But Zell's a great guy. He's in here quite often playing both tournaments and cash. Loves to play. Tyler H now, king 9 of diamonds.
$15 under the gun straddle.
9 makes it 40.
King 9 of diamonds raises it up to 40.
My wife's not watching that one.
Got to be a likable hand there for
That's
Gary.
a premium for Gary. See, he's raising it up.
15, 2 folds.
He's been looking at Jack 3. He says, wow, 9-8.
4 folds. 5 folds.
Wow, interesting.
6 folds.
I'm very confused on that
7
one.
is all.
Yeah, interesting fold there. Now Rob.
And Rob in a well, depending on how this pot goes, he could end up in a great spot.
8 folds. 9 folds.
John
So
with
he goes all in here is at 535, I believe. And Gary's gonna pay him off, I'm sure. He's already got a lot invested.
He just needs 320 to call, and he's going to throw it in.
And Rob
there.
is in a dream spot here with 10-8 against 9-8. 9 high. He says, what? 10 high, baby.
You got 9-8?
And that flop
Rainbow.
leaves. Oh, whoops. Open ender.
Queen, no.
Nope. Doesn't get there. Great flop for Rob, except Gary picked up a bunch of outs on the turn.
Open end,
But he misses them all, and Rob gets a much-needed double up there. Much-needed double up.
And we got a slight grin there from Rob on that one.
10 high. And you get called, and you're dominating.
Yeah. When you kind of like tilt, shove all in, and you get called like that, you never expect to be just an outstanding favorite. So if you're not smiling about that one, you're not smiling about anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I only got 500. And I got
Avery Walken is asking, is the feed freezing on and off for anyone else or just me? We've got both of these, the YouTube and the Facebook here in the booth. We're watching on our own devices, and we have not seen it freezing, so I'm not sure what the issue is there for you, Avery. I hope our feedback can help you try to figure that out, even though it wasn't very technical.
$15 under the gun straddle is still on. Allen going to raise it up under the gun here, basically, with ace-9 off.
4 folds.
Noah comes along with king-queen off.
5 calls.
K9 comes along with jack-10 off.
6 folds. 7 folds. 8 folds. 9 calls.
And out of the straddle, ace-4 off for Tyler, or 4 ways to the flop. Huge flop for Noah.
9 checks.
And an open ender for K9.
Yeah, but as we can see, Allen has 2 of his outs and Tyler has 1 of his outs.
Yep.
He's definitely going to come along, though.
Nine folds. 10 folds.
Heads up now.
K9 falls asleep in the middle of the pot. Do I get it by default? Correct. Okay.
No help there for K9. Noah's going to
bets 150.
bet 150 with his 2 pair.
5 calls.
And now just a pair for K9.
Probably should be a
2
pretty
bets
easy
400.
fold for him here, honestly. There wasn't a lot of hands that Noah could have been bluffing there on all 3 streets. When you make a pair, you kind of feel like, well, now I want to stick a little bit of money in there just in case. But what really would Noah be bluffing here? I mean, hands that he possibly could have been bluffing would have been like ace-jack, ace-10. Maybe the same hand as you, if you're K9, jack-10.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's really not a whole lot.
And if he puts him on jack-10, he's just calling here for the tie.
Right, exactly.
Not the kind of thing K9 would do, in my experience watching him play. But the jack does give him pause.
You know, if Noah had some sort of hand like pocket 10s or pocket 9s, at some point you think he would have just eventually slowed down. You know, what point would it have been for him to keep betting and, half pot size bets basically every single street there. And K9 makes a smart lay down there.
Yep.
Thought it through, tried to find something he could beat, realized there's really not anything. And he lets it go. Nice size pot there for Noah.
Would you hit your jack with your ace jack on the end?
That is a good size pot. That's going to help his stack quite a bit. I think he had re-upped a little bit.
And Noah knew where he was at. He said to a K9 there, "Did you hit your jack with ace jack there?"
10 trails for 10.
And K9 said, "I was trying to make you have like 9s or something." I think so. He was thinking it all through, saying, "What possibly could he have there that he'd still be bluffing?"
story you were telling makes no sense.
2 folds. 3 Don't tell folds. anybody else, all right? 5 folds.
Yep. Okay.
6 calls. 7 calls.
I think we're on for the double straddle.
8 makes it 65.
Here we go. We got a pot brewing here.
9 calls.
Ooh.
10 folds.
So we had a $10 straddle, $20 re-straddle. Call. John out of the small blind makes it 65 with ace king suited.
495.
Ace king offsuit, excuse me. Tyler out of the big blind picks up a monster pocket queens. And he just flats. Now it gets back to Rob with pocket threes. Rob called initial 20 on the button. He 3-bets it to 495. Wow, huge play there from Rob. Just, I guess, with John only making it 65, 20 to 65 with a couple limpers, Rob took that as weakness. Tyler set up some sort of perfect trap here with pocket queens. He's got them exactly where he wants them. All
9
in.
calls.
Nope, he just calls. Wow. I feel like he should have shipped it in right there.
Yes, 95.
His hand was as disguised as it could have been there pre-flop.
You know, you had 2 cards that they dealt you, right? Yeah, I would have. 6 folds.
Better than 8. I had 60 out there. I had a good.
Ace king versus pocket queens versus pocket threes. 1.6K in the pot here.
I don't even know what you
And
have.
I guess that's why Tyler just calls. He's going to be able to get away from it now. Interesting to see what John will do here.
8 bets 400. Gary likes to live in that 4 through 9 range. That's where he's at. He's feeling frisky.
Pretty
like
easy
10.
fold now. You would think so for Tyler. I mean, everything beat you now. Pocket jacks.
Toledo's Hunter's a big boy.
Spades are out there. You got to fade spades.
Like an offensive line.
Queen 10, ace, any ace obviously. Ace queen, ace king. So I probably would have went ahead and jammed in there. I mean, John's never going to fold. But pre-flop, I feel like with Tyler's flat call after that initial raise from John, he had set it up for a very unsuspecting ship there. No one's going to put him on that strong of a hand.
9 folds.
Obviously, when you see that flop come out, feeling pretty good about it.
Shrink up. 8 folds.
Feeling pretty good about saving your money there if you're Tyler. Nice pot for John, raking it in.
You guys get any hot chocolate? Weird question. I think so.
We should have some hot chocolate, shouldn't we?
You want to order coffee? That's what I do. Very good.
Looking behind the counter.
Yeah,
A little
coffee
Jerry
counter,
Coke.
yeah. I'm curious. If I do that, or we can-
Bougie coffee. Doesn't look like you're too picky about your coffee right now. 1 straddle for 10. Let's give you a shot of adrenaline right to the heart.
I can use that.
$10 under the gun straddle.
2 folds. 3 folds.
30.
4 folds. 5 makes it 30. 7 folds.
K9 picking up another solid hand here. Ace jack off, raises it up to 30.
The ambition was 3, so.
8 calls.
Like the ambition. I think it was ahead.
9
Rob
calls.
picking up a solid hand, gonna come along as
10
well.
folds. 1 call.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Rob folded that ace 10. That's John coming along with 10-9.
Better yet. I want to maximize it. I get you 3.
9, 8, deuce, 2 spades.
9
Top pair
check.
for John.
1 check.
Not quite sure what
5
Tyler
check.
has as of yet.
8 bets 75.
Hasn't even got his chips stacked up from the last pot, and he's gonna fire him back out there.
1 call.
Gary B was got bottom pair. That's good enough to see a turn. Queen of spades on the turn. John picks up a gutter ball and a flush draw.
1 check.
Pretty good turn card there, actually, for John.
8 checks. One bet 225.
I expect John to pay this off. Not pay it off, but to call this bet and take down the pot. Yep, makes a good call.
2 saws. 9.
And another one for John. $725 pot. Back on the heels of a 2K pot right before that. So a couple of nice ones there for John.
Need to make a t-shirt. And then bumper sticker. Like this right now, you're gonna get him eventually.
No, you just straddle.
I was gonna say, he just
So the good big blind.
2-5 no limit hold'em Tuesday night at the reserve. We got a juicy game going on here.
No,
Gary B sat down and the table got a little bit crazier.
3 makes
Seen
it
a
25.
lot of add-ons ever
4 folds.
since.
5 folds. 7 folds.
Miles picking up a monster here, pocket
8
kings.
calls.
And Tyler got the queens again. Let's see if he decides to play this one
9
differently.
makes it 85.
On the button to
10
85.
1 fold.
Miles put the ring on. Uh-oh.
Makes
4
it
bets it to 300.
Folds.
And Tyler slow played the queens last hand, or 2 hands ago, excuse me. See if he does the same here, if he decides to just call, and he does. Made it pretty easy for him on that previous hand to get away from it on the ace, king, jack flop. See what happens on this one. Wow. Tough flop for Miles there. 704 left in the stack. There's 632 in the pot. Unfortunately, he's going to most likely lose it all here to Tyler, unless he gets pretty lucky.
3's all in. 9 calls.
And Miles sees the bad news, I do believe. And he gets there. Oh, gross. Miles, it's a 2-outer on the river. Oh, excuse me, he had a jack as well. He picked up a gut shot on the turn. Wow. Flops gets out flop. Pocket queens versus pocket kings. Queen high flop. Miles picks up a gut shot, has 6 outs going to the river, and he hits a king to make the bigger set and do a full double. Just when you think maybe Miles hit a little bit of a run bad here on the stream,
No, I'm just saying, yeah, but I'm just
turns it right back around on him.
You hit it. I mean, well, it hasn't happened, but still, it's ugly.
That's
poker, folks.
$2,000 plus pot there.
The hood or the ring, no?
Didn't turn out.
That's poker, folks.
You all in on against me, I'm gonna make put the ring in too.
And that's a tough couple of hands for Tyler there with pocket queens. Not really much. I mean, there's nothing he can do. It's just bad luck.
Fire the softball guys up. I think the ring's gonna be
Miles put the ring on and, man, just hit it on him.
Just get it. I tell you, I wore it for
You felt it. You felt it.
a week straight. Won it.
3 folds.
And then I wasn't. I put it away, whatever. I got it out last year for Christmas. I figured I had it.
4 calls.
Why you got the ring on?
5 folds. 7 folds.
Fuck off, that was what you do. No,
You figure you're
8
gonna lose
calls.
the and lose the fucking river of king.
9 folds. 10 folds.
Gary B with a monster for Gary B. Looks like everybody limped around,
Makes it
and
35.
Gary B is not going to have any of that. Raised it up to 35. I think that was our first attempt at a limp pot of the day.
8 calls.
He gets a couple of colors to come along. Queen 8 off, ace 3 off. Ooh. Spicy little flop here. Gary picks up a flush draw. Garrett has a gutter ball and top pair. Gary bets a little bet there. Under a third pot. 8 of clubs on the turn doesn't change anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Gives Gary a pair of 8s to go along with his flush draw.
1 bet's 175.
So he likes that card, actually. Wow, tight fold there from Garrett. Very surprised. He's giving Gary a lot of credit. Or he just doesn't want to get involved in a big pot with him. I'm not really sure.
You almost lost your ring there, Miles.
yeah. Almost had to put that in the pot too.
So if Miles would have lost that pot, he might have had to use the ring as a buy-in. $15 button straddle from Mr. Gary B. Noah's got a hand to come here. Let's see what he does.
Must say that you're ace. Oh,
Appreciate it.
2
Just
calls.
calls.
3 calls. 4 folds.
Miles calls with ace 9 off.
6 folds. 7 folds. 8 calls.
John calls with 10-9 off.
10 folds.
And Gary with a monster on the button. Ace jack off. Definitely going to put in some more chips.
1 makes it 140.
Noah doesn't want to come along with just ace deuce. Miles doesn't want to come along with just ace 9. But John, 10-9 off. Let's see a flop. Huge flop for John.
8 checks. 1 bet's 200. Calls.
King of hearts on the turn doesn't change anything.
Point it's supposed to be. That looks good. Yeah. At this point especially.
8 checks. 1 check.
John checks and Gary decides to slow down and check behind. See if John decides to try to turn his hand into a bluff here. He can't beat anything. Only 275 though. That might not be enough to get Gary to fold. If he would have bet more, I think he wins. But 275 into 700. Gary's got that right there. Gary says, I got this right here. Just a little 275.
One calls.
And a great call by Gary there with ace high to take down
I thought you hit like 2 million on that.
a 1.3K pot with ace high. Huge call there by Gary. If John bets more there on the river, if John puts out 500, more than that, I don't think Gary's going to make the call there, but you made that bet so small on the river there that Gary paid it.
I was calling
And he's right. Makes a good call with ace high.
Probably everything but a shove.
Calling everything but a shove, he says.
Gentlemen, $15.
Gary had a
It's not chocolate.
feeling on that one, had a read on him. $15 bomb pot time.
Fucker over here complaining about chopping bomb pots.
I'm greedy.
Oh, man.
It's hard to win them both.
I'm lucky if I get quarter.
$15 bomb pot time. Double board Omaha bomb pot.
Then I want to know what I.
Yeah, I don't want to look and be like, oh my god, I got this.
9, 5, 3, 2 clubs on the first board. Queen, 10, deuce, 2 spades on the second board.
Three checks, 4 checks,
5 checks.
5 checks. 6. That's 50.
Tyler has a set of
7 calls,
fives
50.
on one board, and he has a gut shot to Broadway on the other. Allen, top set, pocket queens. Nothing going on the other board, though. Rob is in there with a mystery hand. Tyler is...
Yeah, I'm really playing at it. That's all right.
Okay.
10 calls 50.
Tyler's in there with 3 sevens and a 4. He's got a gut shot
Only one.
on one board and nothing on the other.
I mean, but there's a lot that can happen. Put
5
50 bucks
folds.
There's always a turn. Holy
We got a lot of players.
in. Let me see here.
We're going to have to see a turn card to sort some of this out.
Hey, you chop these. Don't listen to that dumbass.
2 pairs, sets.
So what how'd you guys do this last time?
Ooh, a huge card there for Allen on the top.
And enough cards for 2
Queen's
more cards.
full, and Garrett has 10 deuce.
We didn't,
Three
we didn't
checks.
have 10 last time. We didn't have 10 last time.
Oh,
Jam.
there's just 2 cards left in your hand.
Yeah.
Well, just no burn, buddy.
Allen needs
No
to
burn.
pot this here.
4.
Yeah.
Check. Is that a check? No. 4 check.
Is that a check? Absolutely not.
Said, is that a check? No, but I'll check anyway.
85.
And Rob with the mystery hand here.
7 bets 585.
Wow. Well, I'm thinking he must have something on that bottom board.
Looks like 7 bets 570.
We know that Allen has queens full of 10s on the top. Garrett has 10s full of deuces on the top.
8 folds.
John lays it down. Tyler should not be in this hand.
Is all in.
What is Tyler doing? Does Tyler know how to... I don't... Tyler, oh, I'm sorry. Tyler makes a straight. Okay, so Tyler does have 7-4 for a straight on the bottom.
10's all in.
But that's not the nuts. 7-8 is the nuts. He does block that with having the 3 sevens in his hand. He really shouldn't have been in this pot, guys. He only had a gut shot on one board, and he hit it.
3.
The thing is, there's many cards still that can come on that bottom board that are going to leave him with an inferior hand, and he has no chance at all of winning the top board. As we see, there's 2 full houses up
3
there.
folds. 4.
Garrett is thinking, what in the world is going on here?
Like, honestly. For $100 an hour, I can help.
Introducing a guy named Joe, but he's just gonna say, go
Garrett's in a tough spot here.
The big one?
The problem is he knows that he's probably only likely going to be able to win one board. He does have 2 pair on the other board, but 9-3, more likely than not, unless he hits a boat, some sort of boat on that bottom board, is not going to be good. And the other problem is when you have 10 deuce, that's the lowest boat possible besides pocket deuces. So you're not feeling great about it.
He needs basically his whole stack to call here, it looks like. He needs 1.6. That's about what he had before this started, I think.
And he calls,
he's
wow.
gonna
So we
call.
got a 4-way all in
Wow.
here. This is why these pots get so crazy.
Hold on, let me get all these pots.
Tyler snap folds his set of 5s.
Now Daniel's gonna do a great job here. He's got multi-pots here to figure out.
Some people like to sit out these Omaha bomb pots, and this will tell you why here.
Yeah.
4.8K.
$500 rebate.
In we just had a nice little friendly 2-5 game going on here, but now we have a 5K pot.
Omaha, it's just hold.
What?
What is that
9?
Well, you know what? Maybe
540.
I think it's just hold.
So is that a bad call or a good call?
So can Tyler D?
You could win, but I think it's a bad call.
Queen 10. I think you got a piece of the bottom.
I
Yeah,
had
he's got 2 pair in the boat. So
Two.
903.
I don't know. They could be terrible. They could all be on flush draws. Who knows?
I'm
5.
hoping they have a queen 10. And
Miles and I both had flush draws.
540.
flush
You
draw,
agree?
and I had a gun shot, and I had a 10 and a fucking ace.
4, 5.
And it's like I don't have no.
So from what we know, Tyler has the lead right now on the bottom, but we don't know what Rob Davis's cards are. It is very possible that he has 7-8.
Alright, so this is the main
The thing is, Tyler has 3 7s in his hand, so that makes that a lot
Top 2 pairs.
less likely. But
With
it's
spades.
PLO. It's everybody got dealt cards and everybody saw the flop, so it's definitely possible that Rob has the nuts here on that bottom board. We just don't know it.
Thank you. Alright, so this is what.
Those guys are on guard.
That's what he can't win. 9.
No one's got queen.
Oh, there's more. That's
That's 1,600, so I
1,000.
get rebates.
1,025. 1,025.
He's got 1,020.
1,020. He's only got 1,020.
Yep.
I got more here, but
Oh, yeah, I did.
1,025.
Got it.
You can do that probably.
He got
1,025.
1,025.
Not clubs.
Daniel doing a great job getting this pot
Yeah.
all right.
Wow. A lot of work there for Daniel.
1,025. So this is what he can't
he's
win.
got queens. Big stack.
Yeah, I figured somebody had queens.
Well,
Jimmy wants to know if that counts for
He voted up and yeah.
Alright, so there's gonna be no burns. We're gonna have 2 cards left.
Oh yeah, we're
Alright,
10-handed.
so between you two.
Spades get there.
I get the top. He gets
So what do we got here? We got
What are we
queen
looking
full
for
this
on the bottom here?
Those 7s.
one. We got
Well, the 7 came in, so 7-8 wasn't there.
So they chop this.
So unless Rob has spades underneath there,
You guys chop this.
wow, 7-4 is gonna chop up half this pot.
Probably they're not all the same.
A huge win for Tyler there. 7-7, 7-4.
Never know in this round.
Oh, so Rob is going all in with the 2 pair.
Queens and
So
5-10.
with this pot,
He turned 2 pair.
whatever. What do
Why
you
he
got
went
here?
all
You
in.
got-
Yeah, straight on top.
Did not improve.
Yeah,
You two chop
Rob
this.
flopped a wrap there
Then they're gonna
on the top board, King Jack 9, so he was really trying to hit something there with a straight. Bad turn card for him there, but at that point he had so much money left, or he had so little money left compared to the size of the pot.
Yeah.
Wow, 7-7, 7-4.
like I can't ask.
Shifts half the pot there.
Could you think of a worse hand to start with in Omaha?
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
short of having 4 7s, 4 of a kind is literally the worst hand you could start with in Omaha. You know, pretty much just pick any 4 of a kind there.
I was hoping he.
all that he had.
Well, you're also dodging that one 10 too. Like it's,
Daniel just working really hard here.
Yeah.
So
Stand by.
Yeah. So we did get some feedback earlier that folks were noticing that the feed was freezing on and off for them. We didn't notice it on what we had on, but apparently there is an issue. We're coming up on a break here in a little bit. Very important, viewers, to know that when we go on that break, we're actually going to reboot our feed. And so those of you that are logged into Facebook and you're logged into YouTube watching this feed, stay with us. But as soon as the break comes our way, be sure to go out and come back in again, and we'll have all these issues sorted out. And my goodness, I'm tired just watching Daniel sort all that out.
That was a day's worth of work there for one hand.
Wow. And certainly if it was Tim, it would have been a day's worth of work.
Oh, yeah.
Did I just say that out loud?
We would have made it to the next stream by this point.
Did
we
I
would
say
have
that out loud?
had to tell the viewers to...
Yeah.
Yeah, you forgot to put your hand over your mic.
Sorry. No, I love you, Tim. So normally we've got... Tim is one of our regulars in here, Max. This is Vic Gager. I'm in here with Adam. We appreciate everybody being here tonight for our Tuesday night 2-5 No Limit Hold'em. We do have a break coming up, not too quick, but stay with us, and more importantly, after the break, log back in. We've got a special guest waiting in the wings, our featured local artist of the week, Jeff Stewart. Going to do an interview when we come back. Give the players a chance to break. Some of them, I think, probably ordered food. And now we're back to the action here. Miles.
Yeah, if you missed the last hand, just a casual $5,000 pot.
$5,000 pot in the bomb pot. My goodness, that was something else. Adrian Martinez is watching. Hey, Adrian. Hope you're well. We do have over 60 viewers now, and we appreciate all of your viewership. Again, if you're on YouTube, we'll get back to this hand real quick.
5-3-4. John flops the best of it with a pair of fives. Top pair, top kicker.
K9 open-ended with his pocket twos.
And he's going to stick around.
Yep.
Helps when everybody else folds in front of him.
Oh,
and he hits it.
And he hits it.
And John gets two pair. And it's kind of disguised there. You don't really expect your opponent to have a two.
And just a call there from John.
So the flush draw that was there on the flop would get there with the king of clubs on the river. Something both players are a little bit wary about. John just decides to check two pair. K9 going to pick up a little pot there with the wheel.
Couple of blue chips in there for Daniel. Again, the blue chips are our dealer appreciation chips. The white chips are $1.05. The red ones are $5. Green is $25. The black ones are $100. I don't see any 500s out there yet, but
not yet.
We're not too far from that. After a big bomb pot like that, there's probably some people reloading.
I did see Austin out there.
Austin is our masseuse that comes into the reserve and gives massages at the chair for $1 a minute. Does a great job. We were fortunate enough on our dealer tournament on Saturday to have a guest masseuse in Big Glen. I avoided getting that elbow in the middle of my back.
Yeah, good to see that Glenn didn't put Austin out of business.
I don't, yeah, like that's going to happen. Look at all these little cards we got. Holy cow, what kind of flop do we have coming our way? We've got 5 players coming into this flop.
K9 picks up the deuces back-to-back.
Back-to-back deuces for K9.
Whoa!
Yeah, holy cow, Garrett.
So Garrett with quad fives here. Tyler with a gut shot to a 7 of spades to hit the bad beat on him for a straight flush. John with a pair of fours just decides to figure out where he's at.
Put a bet out there of 55.
7 of spades would be about as nasty as you see here.
And of course a smooth call there.
Garrett says, "All right,
Garrett.
I'll see another one.
Smooth but clumsy
I'll come
call.
along."
So what do we? 7 of spades would just be
7 of spades or 4 would be nasty for John too. Well, that's an action killer. Of course, in Garrett's mind, that's a card he really likes. He's just praying now, like, please someone have an 8. Please someone have an 8. Unfortunately for him, nobody does.
bets 400.
Yeah. Garrett saw that 8 come out, and he probably started doing cartwheels in his
John
mind.
missed and Tyler missed, yep. So let's see, and he does show. He's going to show the quads.
Just your casual quads.
Yeah.
The Grinch.
So Avery Walken, if you're still watching, yes, apparently there were other people that were having. Oh, there I am.
Hey, there you are.
Just more proof that this is a 15-minute delay. Makes it fair for everybody. The other thing that we do is we insist that everybody take their smart watches and their phones and put them on the shelf. And as we mentioned, there's Austin being put to work by Rob, giving a chair massage. Speaking of Rob, got under the gun, Queen 10 of spades, $5 to call, and looks like he just makes the call there. No.
Gary B says we can play a limp pot, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
No straddle here.
Maybe Garrett's going to raise this one up. Yep. Picks up a suited ace on the button. Rob definitely doesn't want to see spades.
No. At least he's got a straight draw.
Jack 7 off's definitely good enough for Gary to come along see a flop. 4 ways. Gary flops the best of it, of course.
Yep. And he gets a diamond draw.
Yeah. Garrett does pick up a middle pair here, and he was the pre-flop raiser, but he quickly lets it go.
And really, nobody else hits anything else here. So the bet by Gary allows him to take it down. And those of you maybe new to our cash game live stream, Gary is a bit of a legend for us. Not a myth. He's real. He's a real person, and comes out here and brings a lot of action to the table, as well as a lot of entertainment. We've got some very, very strong players here, very experienced players at this table tonight. I mean, I could just start naming off K9 and Noah and Miles. I mean, it's just lots of experience. John.
But you could see, you know, what there was the table before Gary was there, and there was the table after Gary.
Absolutely.
You know, and it definitely changed up the dynamic a little bit.
John's got the mystery hand. He's got to move those cards around a little bit in the box so we can see what they are. Typically don't have issues with the cards as long as they get moved into that rectangle in front of them. Sometimes a little quiver helps. But we know that K9's got 7-6 offsuit, and he's going to call John's raise. So now we're going to go heads up to this flop.
Big miss for K9.
Yeah, big miss. Brevin is rooting on Allen.
And John went ahead and bet more than the size of the pot there, I believe. Oh, no, it was 90 pre-flop, excuse me. He bet about 2/3 the pot. K9 had nothing there to continue with. Lets it go.
Got a $15 straddle now. Good friend Eric Reif is watching.
$15 under the gun straddle. Gary B picks up a monster. King 9 of diamonds.
That's a monster for Gary, without a doubt. And he's
Yeah,
gonna
just remember when I say Gary B pick, everything is relative to Gary B. You
Yep.
know.
Now we get a better look at John's cards in this hand. He's on the big blind with 7-5 of spades, and he's going to make the call. Tyler H. reaching for what looks like calling chips.
Yeah, he's got a call in hand there out of the straddle.
Yep. So we got hearts, diamonds, and spades. Got three-way action coming into this flop. And a rainbow flop.
Gary has a gut shot.
Oh, and they check it around. Guess I would have thought, now here comes some action coming from Gary.
John picks up a flush draw. See if John wants to try to hit it.
Tyler's going to get out of the way.
Heads up here to the river. Gary improves his hand to a straight. Tyler actually would have made Broadway if he would have stuck around.
Yeah. Check, check, and he calls out his straight. Going to take that down. Gary B with another pot. So Jim reminds us that we'll be starting a new stream on the break. We've got a break coming up. We did get a little bit of a late start here, folks. People got in just a little late, but we've got a break coming up. Please stay with us. Once we go to the break, then we will be rebooting. So wherever you're watching, YouTube or Facebook, go back out and then give it a couple minutes and come back in again. I sound just like a professional IT guy right there. Like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but
just
then when we
unplug it, restart it.
Yeah, count to 10.
Yeah.
That's the magic, is you got to count to 10 and then you plug it back in. And then hit it in the
Pull out the cord, blow in there, blow in it.
Yeah. Yep. All right, we're gonna do another update as well. If you're on YouTube, you seem to be okay. It seems to be the Facebook, so there's a good chance, strong chance that you don't need to go back out on YouTube. Encourage you to stay, because we do have an interview coming up during the break with our featured artist of the week, Jeff Stewart. And look at this.
3 ways to the flop here.
Three
Garrett
ways.
was the initial raise here to 35. K9 and Allen both with clubs. Allen flops the best of it here, top pair.
Now Garrett with the heart draw.
Allen decides to check it again.
Yeah. K9's not going to let that go. He's going to think that possibly his king-queen is the strongest.
Well, I think at this point it just went check, check, and nobody fired the flop. Nobody fired. Wow. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't understand what, I mean, no one showed any real strength. K9 only bet there because it got checked to him twice. That was just one of those situations where K9 wouldn't have ever bet. It was just that he was last to act, and it checked through twice.
And as we see from time to time in this game, more often than not, aggression pays.
But yeah, I mean, when you call a preflop there with 10-9, there's not many better boards you can see than that. You obviously don't want to see a heart come on the river, but you got to at least call one bet there. I'm
going to assume from K9's pen and paper there that he's going to put in a food order.
I think we had a waitress Eddie over there
Okay.
taking coffee orders and stuff like that.
All
So,
right.
but I think he also is putting in some sort of food order for the players as well.
Those two words don't go well together for me. Waitress Eddie.
Waitress
but
Eddie?
I'll let it
Oh.
go. Yeah. Oh, there's a little interruption. So we'll get this worked out, folks. But Rob now in the cutoff with Ace King is going to raise this up to 155. Tyler H.
Tyler with the Brunson.
With the Brunson, the Doyle Brunson.
Does he know?
With our promotion going on.
Oh, he knows.
I think he knows.
He's reaching for.
Oh, he's going to let it go.
Don't slow roll us like that, Tyler.
Yeah, that's
just bad enough for Gary to fold.
Yeah, and not enough callers here, I think.
But
for
Noah might see a flop. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's not getting a price, so he's probably just gonna. You're right. You're right. He wanted to, I'm sure, but Rob put a big, healthy raise in there. And it looks like we're on a break.
We're on a break, so we're going to encourage everybody here to, at least on Facebook, go back out and go back in again, and we will have a fresh stream coming across. Apparently, according... Okay. So we do have an interview coming up here. We have been doing a featured local artist of the week here as a way to connect with our community. And last week we started that with Chris Shutters. He was in the booth here. Yep. Okay, so like I mentioned here in the booth, I've got Jeff Stewart with me. We don't have the video, unfortunately. Please go to my Facebook post and look at the great picture I took this past summer of Jeff Stewart playing out in the patio. I don't know if you saw that, but anyway, Jeff, you've been a musician here in the Toledo area, performing in the Toledo area, I said over 30 years. Is that right?
Yeah, a long time.
A long time.
Over 30 years, I would have been about 19 then.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And you've collaborated with a lot of people. I mentioned Chris Shutters. He was in here last week. He's one of the many musicians here in Toledo that you've collaborated with.
Great friend, great player, beautiful singer. And he and I just, over COVID, we wrote a couple songs together that we're excited to put out and make some videos for. So, yeah.
And so we asked you for a piece of your original music so that you could play it. What you didn't see when we started was we're playing it during starting up, and we're going to be doing that breaks in our live streams. Tell us about the song that you gave us.
I sent you a brand new song. It's barely even mixed yet. We're still in the mixing phase, but I thought it just had the what did I send you? My Decision. It was
My Decision.
Yeah, it's kind of. I thought it was good bumper music. That kind of starts off with a little Latin vibe.
Yeah.
And kind of brings us in. Yeah, angry lyrics maybe perhaps, but with some light-hearted. The music's got a nice little groove, and I'm happy about it. We just made a video for it, so my friend Todd and I, and we have a lot of fun. Speaking of green screens, we used the green screen for this video, and he got kind of a process video. So we did that last week, and he's excitedly sent it over to me a couple nights ago to watch, and I was thrilled. So the song, I hope you guys get to get your good bumper crop out of it.
Yeah. Well, we've got live streams coming up this week, Tuesday, Thursday, typically Saturday, but we're closed on for the holidays for Saturday and Sunday. But so the idea is here we really want to link in with the community, and myself personally, I always constantly promote local music and local talent.
You're a good friend to us, Vic.
And I appreciate that, but it's so noteworthy. I mean, you think about the talent that we have in this area and the ability to go out and hear live music. and you don't pay a dime for it. I
No.
mean, it's just some great acts, some great talent. How does this? Are we in a perfect storm here in Toledo? Can you help me understand that?
People have been grinding for a long time. We're Midwesterners, you know. We like to grind it out, and maybe people are starting to take a little look at us over here. What's going on? What are they doing? You know, a lot of people are hungry. People are, like you had mentioned. You know, there's a lot of work. There's lots of work to be done in this area, and people are catching on to what we got going on. Beautiful singers, beautiful songwriters in the area. Lots of great studios to record out of. So if you want to get something done, you can. There's really no excuses, and you know, it's not cheap, but it's not something that you're gonna. You know, if you have 4 albums like I do going on right now, it's a little bit ridiculous, and we have to have some conversations at home about it.
Yeah.
But if you want to go and cut maybe 1 song or so, you know, just go do it. It'll cost you a couple $100 of pure enjoyment, and you'll get a humbling experience in a studio and trying to record some music. But great people to facilitate that and take care of you.
So let's talk about your other passion. You're an artist as
Yeah.
well, besides a musical artist. And tell us a little bit more about that.
Visual arts. I do. I make paintings. I have very small paintings with high details, to very large paintings with more implied details. Bigger pieces have, you know, you don't have to have. It's different in scale. I'm excited. My niece she lives in Italy with her boyfriend Dario, and they just came and they surprised all of us. They did one of those sneak ups and surprised, and they got it all on video and stuff. But she asked me if I would make her a painting for her, and I was able to get a painting ready. And they were doing van life for a while because she couldn't stay in one country for a while because of visa.
Oh, okay.
So now they did van life for a year before she could get a visa established for a while, a work visa. Anyway, they came over for a holiday party just Sunday, and I got to give it to them, and it was a great moment. They loved it, and that painting gets to live over in they're in Barcelona now. Then they're going to be in Italy. So
That's wonderful.
yeah, it's cool. You know.
Well, I have to tell you, I think the first time I saw you perform, maybe the first time, there was somebody had put together local